Parenting is a complex journey that profoundly shapes the lives of children. A parent's emotional maturity or lack of emotional maturity can have far-reaching effects on their adult children, impacting not only their careers, but also their mental health and how they perceive themselves and the world around them. In this video, we'll explore the intricate interplay between parental emotional maturity or immaturity and its consequences on adult children. I'll shed light on the challenges you may be facing if you grew up with emotionally immature parents, and I'll offer insights on how to navigate these complexities. I'm Jo Banks. I've been a professional executive business coach for 15 years. And I'm sharing what I know. Before we begin, I want to stress that there is no blame here whatsoever. I am not blaming anyone for their emotional immaturity or maturity. However, if you have been watching the channel for a while, you'll know that I am a great believer in education. We cannot change what we aren't aware of, but we can change by understanding our behaviour, the behaviour of others, and how many of our behaviours have been subliminally programmed into us. It's not hard to see that emotional immaturity is passed down from generation to generation. When we're small, we have no other references, so we believe what we see and hear to be true. We then repeat and copy those behaviours and points of view for the rest of our lives. They become programmed into us unless by some chance we wake up and realise those behaviours are outdated or are no longer serving us. When we research, learn, and take responsibility and do the work necessary to change, we can stop that cycle from continuing. We call this cycle breaking. Understanding parental emotional immaturity. Emotional maturity encompasses the ability to understand, manage, and express emotions effectively. Emotionally mature parents are typically adept at providing love, support, and guidance while maintaining healthy boundaries and coping with life's challenges in a constructive manner. Conversely, emotionally immature parents may struggle with regulating their emotions, communicating effectively, and responding to their children's needs in a nurturing way. This is typically because they weren't taught how to do those things by their parents. Again, no blame here. If you were lucky enough to be brought up with parents who were emotionally mature, this might come as a bit of a shock to you, and you may even have some trouble identifying what I'm covering in this video. However, the information I'm sharing will hopefully allow you to understand and have more compassion if you encounter an emotionally immature adult in your work or personal life. So let's take a look first at the impact emotional immaturity can have on adult children's careers. Parental emotional immaturity can significantly influence the career trajectories of adult children in various ways. Number one, career decision-making. Adult children may internalize their parents' fears, insecurities, or unfulfilled aspirations, leading them to make career choices based on their parents' expectations rather than their own passions and interests. When parents outwardly project their fears onto their children, discouraging them from doing what they want to do, we typically refer to that as projection. I frequently work with clients who come to me when experiencing a midlife career crisis, which often happens around late 30s or early 40s. They come to me for help and support and guidance when they realise how unhappy and unfulfilled they are both with their careers and often with life in general. Many recognized that they had found themselves in careers that they didn't choose, but rather were chosen for them by their parents. Many emotionally immature parents will not be able to see their child and their child's needs as separate from their own. Many believe that they know best about what their child needs. Some may also aim to fulfill their own unmet needs, careers, and opportunities through their children. If you're a parent, I would like to give you one massive piece of advice from someone who has dealt with hundreds of people having midlife crises. Please let your children choose a career where they will be happy, not one that you think will make them happy and give them the most job security. There is no such thing as job security these days anyway, but being happy in what they do for a living or what you do for a living is everything. Oh my goodness, I am so passionate about this. My parents wouldn't let me do what I wanted to do and what would have made me happy. And so I spent 20 years in the wrong career, waking up every day, feeling sick to my stomach. And that is no way to live. So yes, you could say this one is definitely personal. Number 2, fear of failure. Growing up with emotionally immature parents can instill a fear of failure or a reluctance to take risks. Adult children may avoid pursuing ambitious goals or challenging opportunities due to the fear of disappointing their parents or facing criticism, no matter how old they are. Number 3, low self-esteem. Emotionally immature parents may inadvertently undermine their children's self-esteem through criticism, neglect, or invalidation. This can leave adult children feeling unworthy or inadequate, impacting on their confidence and ability to pursue career advancement opportunities. Number 4, boundary issues. Adult children raised by emotionally immature parents may struggle to establish boundaries and maintain healthy boundaries in the workplace. They may have difficulty advocating for themselves, asserting their needs, or navigating professional relationships effectively. Number 5, communication challenges. Effective communication is essential for success in any career. However, adult children of emotionally immature parents may struggle with communication skills, having grown up in environments where open and honest dialogue were lacking or discouraged. Number 6, fear of conflict. Fear of conflict or saying no is a big one for many people who were brought up by emotionally immature parents, especially if they were authoritarian. Just because you're now an adult, that early programming not to answer back or to say no can be deeply ingrained and difficult to change. Number 7, over-explaining. For many of us raised in emotionally immature households, over-explaining can be a huge issue. Whenever I have a client who goes into over-explaining mode, I know there's likely some childhood stuff lurking deep beneath the surface. I won't go into this in detail here. There will be an entire video on why we feel the need to over-explain. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss it. The impact on mental health. Parental emotional immaturity can also take a toll on our mental health as adults. So looking at that a bit more deeply, number 1, anxiety and depression. Growing up in environments characterized by emotional volatility, unpredictability, or neglect can contribute to feelings of anxiety, depression, or other mental health challenges in adulthood. Number 2, perfectionism. Emotionally immature parents may impose unrealistic standards or expectations on their children, fostering a perfectionistic mindset that can lead to chronic stress, burnout, or feelings of inadequacy. Number 3, difficulty regulating emotions. Adult children of emotionally immature parents may struggle with regulating their own emotions, having never learned healthy coping mechanisms or strategies, or even emotional expression techniques from their parents. Number 4, self-doubt and imposter syndrome. Constant criticism, invalidation, or even neglect, either physically or mental neglect, can undermine our confidence and self-worth, leading to feelings of self-doubt or imposter syndrome in our professional and personal lives. So, how does it impact on our worldview? Parental emotional maturity can shape our perceptions of the world and our place in it. So, looking at that in a bit more depth, number 1, it can cause trust issues. As adults, we may develop trust issues as a result of growing up in environments where our emotional needs were not consistently met or where we experienced betrayal or manipulation from our parents. Number 2, pessimism or cynicism. Experiencing consistent emotional instability or conflict in the home may lead to the adoption of a pessimistic or cynical outlook on life, viewing relationships, work, and society through a lens of distrust or disillusionment. Number 3, difficulty forming healthy relationships. Emotionally immature parents may model or are very likely to model unhealthy relationship dynamics, making it challenging for adult children to form and maintain healthy relationships in their personal and professional lives. Number 4, limited self-concept. Adult children raised by emotionally immature parents may have a limited sense of self-concept or identity, having internalized their parents' expectations, criticisms, or insecurities without fully exploring their own values, interests, or even their own potential. Tools for navigating the complexities. While the effects of parental emotional immaturity on adult children's careers, mental health, and worldview can be profound, it is possible to navigate these complexities and cultivate a fulfilling and meaningful life. Here are some of my favourite tools, and you've heard me talk about them in other videos. I'm going to talk about them again. Number 1, seek support. Reach out to supportive friends, family members, a coach or mental health professional who is aware of childhood complexities, who can provide empathy, validation, and guidance as you navigate the challenges stemming from parental emotional immaturity. Number 2, practice self-compassion. Cultivate self-compassion by treating yourself with kindness, understanding, and acceptance, recognizing that your worth is not defined by your parents' limitations or expectations. I've done an entire video on self-compassion. I'll leave the link below. Number 3, set boundaries. Establish and maintain healthy boundaries in your relationships, both personally and professionally, to protect your well-being and assert your autonomy. Again, I've got a video on boundaries, and there are lots of articles on my website as well about how to manage boundaries with parents, friends, and other family members. Again, the link will be below. Number 4, invest in self-discovery. Engage in self-reflection, introspection, and personal growth activities to explore your interests, values, and aspirations independent of your parents' influence. Number 5, develop coping strategies. Identify and practice healthy coping strategies for managing stress, regulating emotions, and building resilience in the face of adversity. I've got lots of videos on this topic. Again, I'll leave the links below. Number 6, challenge your negative beliefs. Challenge negative beliefs or thought patterns stemming from parental emotional immaturity, replacing them with more realistic, compassionate, and empowering perspectives. Cognitive behavioral therapy is particularly powerful for helping you do that. Number 7, break the cycle. If you are a parent yourself, strive to break the cycle of emotional immaturity by cultivating self-awareness, empathy, and healthy communication patterns in your own parenting approach. Really critical to be that cycle breaker. The wrap up. If you'd like further reading on this topic, I highly recommend 2 books. Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents by Lindsay C. Gibson and How to Do the Work by Dr. Nicole LaPera. I have no affiliation with either of those, but those 2 books are amazing. The impact of parental emotional immaturity on adult children's careers, mental health, and worldview is profound and multifaceted. However, by recognizing the challenges stemming from parental emotional immaturity, seeking support, practicing self compassion, setting boundaries, investing in yourself, and all of the things we've discussed in this video, it is possible to break that cycle and navigate the complexities, cultivating a more fulfilling and meaningful life on your own terms. Remember that you are not defined by your parents' limitations, and you have the power to create your own path to happiness and fulfillment. However, it does take work and courageousness to break free and break out of that negative cycle. What next? If you have any words of wisdom on this topic or any questions you'd like me to answer, please leave them in the comments section below. You know that I absolutely love interacting with you all and really value your feedback. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. Finally, as always, a huge thank you to everyone who stays until the very end, and a massive thank you for all your support. It really does mean the absolute world to me.